Everything is repeated over and over again, right? So when you can start making mental imprints and their experience.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is.
I want to ask you being in that world, right? What are some of the things that you learn about, like strippers will be with men and there's certain things that they learn about men being a stripper. What did you learn about women being a stripper?
That women are exactly like men.
Damn.
Exactly, bro. Like, so bro, I'm 52 years old and I'm not
you look great,
married.
By the way.
Thank you, man. Yeah. And I'm not married. Yeah. And I know the negative byproduct of being in this business so long is like a lot of female strippers say, you lose faith in the unity of relationship, man.
So okay, how many women are actually cheating, like leaving with strippers, because the perception is a man go to the strip club, blah, blah, blah. How many women are actually in there married and are in committed relationships, spending their man money?
Listen, bro, I want to say 80% of the women in the strip club are doing stuff that if they man saw it, relationship's over.
Man, 80%?
Yeah, look, I'm a male stripper, and if I got a girl and she's saying, yo, I'm going to the male strip club with my friends, no, you're not.
Hey, let me ask you this. let me ask you this. On a deeper level, right? Are we too invested in relationships? Is monogamy a real thing to you?
It's a real thing, not because of monogamy itself. It's a real thing because of a man's nature, right? Like, I tell this to women, right? As a stripper, right? Like, so I'm a hypocrite all day long, right? But if you're a decent guy, there's so many options, right, for you with women, right? Right. So when I take this woman and I say, okay, you are mine, right? You are mine, and now I'm responsible for you mentally, emotionally, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, and I take on all of that, right? And let's face it, right? Some guys look up and they get that woman that what she brings to the table really adds to who you are. But if you are a self-sufficient man, you can do everything on your own, right? Like you want the nurturing, you want the love, but you don't necessarily need that woman. You want that woman. You know what I'm saying? So when I take on that role, if you're gonna take the thing that is gonna be more sacred to me, your sexuality, your body, your physical, and not a dude that just sends good morning texts, you know what I'm saying, and cracks jokes, he gets exactly what I get. I'm doing too much for him to get the same, right? So it's not just the physical of the monogamy, it's the role we play in a woman's life.
Yeah.
That's like, the next guy can't just have that.
The trial was interesting, right? Because I think some men's fear is you get with the girl and you doing your level of freak shit, and then you find out, oh, it's a whole nother level that I didn't even get to, and I'm the nigga that married her. So for you, right, and you're looking back and you're like, I did the highest level of freak that possibly I could do with this person, and her husband may or may not have. Like, for you, if you were in that same scenario, how would you react?
You mean if I'm the husband?
If you're with a woman and you find out later down the line, it's a whole nother level I just didn't even tap into.
So bro, that's what took me out, right? So I'm with my chick, giving my best version of the sex game, and she was hiring one of those BDSM, like tie her up and whip her and all of that. Like, that's what was happening, bro. So I lived that, you know what I'm saying? That took me out, yo. Took me out. She was hiring like a porn star. This dude was all over the porn, internet, whatever, and calling them master and all this. And this is my lady.
But you're probably doing that to other people. So it's like, do you ever feel like it's just karma?
So that's what was up, right? Because I'm the Punisher, right? I'm the Punisher. Yeah. So if we getting deeper into the story, she goes, well, I was expecting that from you and you ain't do it, so I had to get it somewhere else.
Let me, have you, Have you ever met a woman and was like, I'm gonna dumb it down because I know if I give her what I really should be giving her, I might not be able to keep her?
So here's the thing, right? I used to think that way.
Right.
Now I'm doing the most egregious, wildest, craziest, because ain't nobody doing it before me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, I'm coming up with just pure debauchery, bro. Like pure debauchery. like a sexual experience where I'm doing the wildest stuff I could think of.
Right. Do you feel like it will benefit men more to get a woman that's inexperienced?
Yes. Yes. I think. So everything escalates to a point, or can escalate to a point where it feels like work.
For sure.
Right? So if you're lucky enough and you have a woman that's simply satisfied, right? That's the bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't want to have to put in an hour every time you have sex for her to orgasm, right? Like if you tell me I could pick a woman that it takes an hour to make her orgasm, or the woman that orgasms in 10 minutes, I'm taking the 10-minute job.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So there is a con to ramping it up, right? Where now you make your job harder, but then you got to have a real loyal woman, because if you make her comfortable with 10 minutes and then she run into me, she running.
What's the way that you introduce being able to do some super wild shit, like bringing another person in, or is that a thing for you? You just like right out the gate?
I'm gonna put my secrets all over the internet, right? What I do is I understand that women enjoy sex in their mind, right? So I create fantasy scenarios that are risky, surprising, right? So something that I like to do is I'll invite a chick to the movies, right? And then I'm gonna pick a movie that's going out of the theaters. It's like the last week. I'm gonna pick the last show on a weeknight, and I know I'm gonna go in that theater and it's empty. And we're gonna sit in the back row, and I'm gonna make sure she got her dress, and about 15 minutes in the movie, I'm gonna say, take your panties off. And she's gonna, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's gonna take them off.
Punish your secrets.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I realize is that when you can create these, because, sex is routine, right? How many different times you're gonna do doggy style? How many different times you're gonna do missionary? Yeah, everything is repeated over and over again, right? So when you can start making mental imprints and their experience, that's how you
This is in the book.
yourself.
Is this in the book?
Yeah, I'm like, the book is called In Search of Freezer Meat.
Okay. Yeah.
I talked about it earlier. In Search of Freezer Meat, and it breaks. It's basically like my life story, but it shows how different things from my life story as a teenager contributed to messing me up mentally, how I solved it, and some good stuff in there, man.
Have you been in a more uncomfortable situation than Diddy put you in before?
So it's the timing of it, right? So the Diddy situation was only the second time I've been in. It's basically called cuckolding, right? Cuckolding is when, for the people that don't know, that's when guys hire somebody for their wives, right? So I had a situation like that before. That was uncomfortable, that I couldn't even participate because the dude, the crazy thing is, it's in the book. I had already, the first time I slept with, a dude paid me to sleep with his wife, I had already slept with her.
Now that's funny. Now that's funny.
The real story.
He didn't know?
No, he knew.
Oh, and he got rave reviews.
Straight up. So I had met his wife in the Caribbean, slept with her like on some one night stand, and then like a couple of years later, he just rolled up on me and was like, hey, you know what, my wife, you had sex with my wife. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no. She said it was the best experience she ever had. I want to hire you to do it again. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, right? So then he offers me like, all right, we gonna set it up, blah, blah, blah. I was in town. I was like, all right, come through the hotel. And I'm there with two of my homies, right? And I'm talking shit to them like, yeah, man, I got, this dude coming by, bro. I put it down on his wife so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm talking. And so I want cause she looked good. So I wanted my boys to see what she looked like, right? So he shows up with his wife. So I'm like, go stick around. And then when she come, y'all break out. So they open the door and my friends check her out and they see my two homies. And then he's just like, oh, well, hey, you guys stick around too. And I'm like, what?
Oh, you putting on a show tonight. So then it ended up all three of us, which I'm only child, bro. I ain't with that, right? You know what I'm saying? So and my boys, obviously this is something they knew each other years. They do this on a regular. They went into some WWE tag team match on this chick. And I was so like intimidated, like uncomfortable by it. I just sat with the husband. You know what I'm saying? And we was chopping it up and my boys was just... You killing that shit, boy. That boy over there killing it.
And my boys was just going ham, bro. And so that was the first time that was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That probably was more uncomfortable than the Diddy thing.
But
you know what the crazy part is, it feels like swingers seem more happy. Like they're more, like they don't deal with that part of the problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that what, have you experienced that or no?
So right now at this point in my life, I know a bunch of dudes that are trying the swinger thing and it's the same thing, bro. It's the same insecurities.
I think this is just African-American men because white men just be seeming so.
You could be right. I can't call it from I don't have white friends that are swingers that I can get their feedback. But my African-American male friends, they've run through the same issues.
Cause and this is just being a black male, but I've had, you go to certain spaces like Vegas and a dude will walk up to you like, hey man, my
all
wife.
Day. Yeah. All day, just straight recruit you. Hey,
right.
Yeah.
So that brings me back to the trial. Because of all the sexual acts that were talked about, and most of America being in shock by what they heard, do you feel that what Puffy was doing was that uncommon?
I don't think America is shocked by the sexual stuff.
No, yes, we were. We've never heard nobody ejaculate and rub it on it. That was some next level freak shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but that's all you can name.
Right. Yeah.
So exactly, right? Yeah. So you got one.
Yeah.
That's all you can name, right? Everything else, if you're an adult, this stuff goes on. So I don't think anybody's. I think what people are struggling with trying to figure out is if this was forced or not. Right. If this was something she was made to do against her will, and that's the place I think the public is being are struggling with.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.